Yes, people, and welcome back to Normski TV and the What's Going On podcast. Good to be back again. Another week, the penultimate week before the end of the season, and what a season it has been. For some, it's been a bit of a roller coaster. For others, you know what I mean, this may be the last time that they see the Premier League come Sunday, and we'll see what happens there. Big up to Calvin, who's always in there first time. Yo, Calvin, what you saying, brother? Hope things are good. Looking forward to linking up with you this Saturday. Playing some gigs and stuff like that. So I was just talking to Ian. So yeah, man, we're looking forward to playing with you. Yes, Geezer, I was out with you today, working hard. You know what I mean, and got in those clears, mate. So well done, brother. But yeah, we're gonna go for this show tonight. Say I'm on a time clock here, mate. So please hit that like button, subscribe, and share if you're new. As I said, on the road to 300. I've got some guys in the back room ready to come on. So let me just bring them in. So first of all, let me bring in Mr. Big D. Mr. Kofi Klopp. We're just waiting for JP to come in. I'm hoping that Chile will be on tonight. I haven't heard anything from Ez, so we'll go with that. But listen, big up to you guys. Thank you for your time coming on the show, just to share your football thoughts, to share your thoughts on how the weekend has been. Yes, big up to Craig. What an embarrassment! What a collapse! Absolute collapse, mate! Absolute joke. Not happy about that, and people been coming at me, and I've been having conversations online as opposed to why I think this season has been a flop. Listen, I just didn't like the way we went about losing our position, being 247 days up there, mate. Absolutely crazy. Only to end up with a 15-point swing, and for City to lift the title with 2 games to go at their ground, mate. We'll talk about it. So much to talk about. Big up. This is just Craig saying big up to you guys.
Yes, Craig.
Yes, Mr. Junior. What are you saying, brother? Good to see you on the show, man.
Big up yourself.
And
yes, Calvin.
Showing some love there, mate. Hit the likes up, mate. Yeah, hit those likes up. We've got a lovely brown Labrador called Win. You know what I mean? He's the one that's going to get us over the line next season. So come on, guys. Let's get that doggy in. And let's be doing something. Let's be having you, as they would say. Let's be having you. Please, guys, smash the like buttons and subscribe and share if you're new. So hopefully Jason will be with us shortly. But let me quickly go around the table. First of all, let's go to Mr. Big D. How are you doing, Big D? And how is things at home and how is life in general? I know you're probably going to mention your missus, so it'd be good to hear.
Things are going okay. The good lady is back home, just keeping an eye on her, making sure she doesn't overdo it for a little bit.
Good. Please send her my regards. I think Jancy has texted her a couple of times. So
she said,
please give her a regards.
Yeah,
man, you know what I mean.
Yeah, and I feel like I got the old Sheen beam back. You know what I mean. She even woke me up. She's like, brother, you're not on tonight. I'll be like, oh man, I'll call you.
She's back to her old self, man. That's the main thing. She's back to her old self.
I had to double up today, so back in tonight. But yeah, man, all good, bro.
Let me just bring in JP. Back, man. He's back with us.
Man. Sorry, man.
Him and his community fiber and all that. Not that I'm trying to advertise it. I mean, but yeah, good to know that everything is going fine and going well on that home front there. Let's come to Mr. Kofi Klopp. I know you haven't been with us for a couple of weeks, Kofi. How are you doing?
Yeah, mate? I know it's good to be back with all you guys, and feeling much better. Health is gradually getting better, so give God thanks, for just allowing me to continue and be healthy.
Yeah. No, that's good to hear that, man. Good to hear that. Yeah, just another big up from Craig to you, JP. And Jay, how are you doing, mate?
Yeah, man, I'm good. It's been a good week. I can't believe how quickly these weeks are.
I know, mate.
Flying by, man. I can't believe.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the rumours that Friday we might hear something on the sale of Manchester United. Who knows?
Oh gosh, man! It's just this seesaw of a ride that you guys are on right now. You know, you don't know if you're coming or going, mate. Is it going to be the Qataris? Yeah, is it going to be? Is it going to be Mr. What's his name? Mr. Not Rangnick. Mr. What's your
Radcliffe?
Radcliffe.
Radcliffe. I knew it would give me that.
Yeah, because I'm hearing, Jay, that they're waiting for us to qualify for Champions League. So that 30 million for Champions League, they're going to say that came in on their watch, and they want a piece of that 30 million dividends. These people wicked, you know. Yeah, man.
Good evening, Jay. Good evening, Jay. And big up to you. Yeah. And I mean, it's crazy. I mean, listen, guys, you only need 1 point from your next two games to
Chelsea,
qualify.
Man. 1 point against Chelsea, and
is that tomorrow night?
Tomorrow
night.
So,
OT, but two games at OT as well, right?
Yeah. Both games at home.
Yeah, so you've got Chelsea, the two West London clubs, basically, Chelsea and then the mighty Fulham.
With Bully Beef, Mitrovic back in.
And big up to Newcastle, you know.
The Nicky Browns, boy. The Nicky Browns,
20 plus years. So big up to let your mate know. You know what I mean? He must be one happy bunny. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, I think he was up for coming back on at some point as well. So let us know, Norm.
Yeah. Listen, anytime, Jay. Tell him anytime, because now that he's in the top six now.
He's in the big six now.
We might need to omit somebody. I don't know. I mean, listen, Chelsea are right down there. Tottenham. Well, was
it? That's mad, mate.
Wow.
Oh boy, Man City will go 10 points clear after tonight beating Brighton. Yeah, and literally, that will be, because I mean we should beat Wolves at home. But they will win the league by 10 points. And when you look at it that way, you'll just think, well, did we really push this team? That's the question. Did we really push this team? But listen, they're a fool. Look, Man City are fools, and we are going to come on to them and do our congrats and whatnot and everything. Yes, Scott, what are you saying?
Man like Scott, what are you saying, bro?
Man like Scott in the future. Big up to you.
Scott in the future,
how you
man.
doing, brother? You know what I mean?
Yes, Scotty.
Yeah. But listen, tonight, as you know, we're going to quickly talk about. I'm not going to go into too much details with some of the games. I just want to concentrate on focus on some of the real important games at the weekend. Obviously, we could look at some ref watch and some decisions there. And there's a question, and I'm going to probably pose this question specifically to a person because he had a little bit of a rant on there. He had a little bit of a rant on our chat. So this is the question. And the question is are congrats in order for Man City doing the three-peat and on the verge of possibly doing the treble with a full and loads of pound sides? Yeah, so that was that one. And then where did it go wrong for the Gunners? Where did it go wrong for the Gunners, mate? Well, listen, we bought a chocolate fire guard and thought that was going to protect us from the heat, but unfortunately it didn't. It melted, just like Arsenal's mentality. And the other thing is that this is something that I want to touch on, and I know all of us here and people in the chat as well. The Spanish league, really? They need to check themselves, man. And we're going to talk about a little bit about Vinicius and the stuff that he's going through. Probably one of the best players out there, if not the best player out there in the Spanish league, and getting the abuse that he's getting absolutely horrendous. And Ancelotti's standing up for him, which is really, really. And Valencia, they're a complete joke. The chairman coming out and saying that Ancelotti was over the top, and there's also this thing of them closing down. I think they got fined £39,000 and they've closed down one of the stands and that, and they're having a big moan about the whole thing. So we'll go into that later on in the show. Let me just quickly, the chat's going off. Hey, Jay, God bless. Van Nistelrooy sacked. Wow.
Is it?
Did he get sacked? Did he get sacked? I saw he's left.
Yeah.
He said he's left.
Well, this is the first time I'm seeing this, so it'd be interesting. Yeah.
Do you think he's possibly going to come to the Premier League in this season?
Who's that? Van Nistelrooy?
Yeah,
he was doing a really good job. He was
doing
He was
what the director of football, Jay, was he?
No.
He's
managing PSV. PSV, isn't it?
Is it PSV or Feyenoord? One of them.
No, PSV.
Right.
Slot is managing
Feyenoord.
Yes. Because Tottenham are in talks with him at the moment, or is So what's this from Calvin Thomas? Party fell off, mate. Yeah, got to absolutely agree there. There's rumours that Roma and AC Milan are interested in him. Would we sell him? He's turning 30 next year with allegedly stuff that's hanging over him. Could that be the reason why they're selling him, if that is the case? Or would you keep him? Put it in the chat, guys. Would you keep Thomas Partey for another season with hopefully bringing in the likes of Caicedo? You got Rice, you know what I mean?
Is he out of contract?
Sorry, mate?
Is he out of contract?
No, he's got 2 years left on his deal.
Has he still got that case hanging on him?
Yeah, even if you don't start
that's what I'm
him,
saying. Allegedly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Allegedly, we
even
can't.
If you don't start him, you have to keep him though. Even if you don't start him.
Absolutely, because you need depth. You need depth, mate. I mean, you could see during the season that for Arteta to drop him, that he's properly dropped off his game. Do you know what I'm sort of saying? So,
I think he's overrated. Anyway, He's not a terrible player. I don't get me
wrong.
No.
I know we've had this argument over the season. I know D has said like Casemiro. He feels like Casemiro is a much better.
He is,
midfielder than Partey. He's had his moments. You know what I mean? And I think both of them have pretty much dropped off the same time. Yeah. Would you agree with me? I don't know if you.
I do. But Casemiro's come back though. He's coming back.
Yeah. Whereas Partey, I don't know where he's at the moment. Yeah.
I mean, look. What football player doesn't have their moments? Scott McTominay's had moments. Keep him.
Yeah. What's happening with him now? Because I haven't heard his name mentioned. Is he still injured?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
still injured.
I think he's just come back.
He's back training. He's back training.
Yeah, I think he's back. There's talk of Newcastle on him.
Apparently. I heard that as well. I mean, Newcastle are linked with a lot of players. Like Tierney's linked with Tierney. They're linked with Tierney. Maddison. There's a good chance that he could go. They're talking about. I'm even hearing that we're linked with him. And if Leicester do get relegated, they could sell Maddison for as little as 45 million. Now, about a couple of seasons ago, we was in for him, and they were quoting 70, 80 million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's probably got a clause on him that if they go down, then they got to let him go for X amount, and maybe 45 mil is about that, because there's rumours that we've looked at them. If he goes down as well, Jay, I'm hearing that for squad depth, which is not. I don't think it's bad for squad depth at all. He can give you something. He can give you goals as well.
Listen, Maddison this season has gotten 10 goals and 9 assists in a team that has played this bad. So can you imagine him moving him into, say it like a Newcastle or free flowing team, even a Man United? Do you know what I mean?
You guys take Tielemans.
There's been him as well. There's been Tielemans as well. There's been Tielemans talk, Jay, as well. And
he's dropped off a cliff as well, though, ain't he?
But you actually wonder whether this was done on purpose, because I feel like he down tools Tielemans, and you just don't want players like that. They're bad influences, man. Certain things. Because remember, he was supposed to go in the summer. He was going everywhere in the summer, and he didn't go anywhere. And I think he just, threw Teddy's out the cock, because he didn't perform this season really. I think they let Brendan down. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay then. Well, yeah. Right. I for me, he's too slow. And I've watched him in games, and I thought, nah, there's no way. Now that we're in the Champions League now, we need to definitely
a bit more quality.
Partey, we've got what? I'd say he's got 2 years left on his thingy. AC Milan, Roma. You could probably get a 30 million for him. 25, 30 mil, possibly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I still think Arsenal need that experience in midfield. You need some hard-hitting guys in midfield. If you get rid of Partey, then who are you going to replace?
Yeah, because if you look at it, Norm, as well, like say like we had this banter with Partey and Casemiro. Then it's what I said to my brother: you can't sleep on what Rodri did for Man City. And Rodri is more disciplined than both of them, right?
Rodri's underrated. These different levels.
And that's what I said to my brother. A lot of people have slept on Rodri, but if you see what he's done, though, you see what he's done this season, and I think with Casemiro, those 2 red cards let him down. He missed 8 games for us, Jay. 8 games that weren't through injury. So you got to look at that as well and say,
look, Latoya, big up to you. I want to come back to that. Yeah. Big up to you, Latoya. Another fellow Liverpool fan there, Kofi, man. She's backing you this evening.
Yeah.
So, that is a really good question. So, if please remind me to come back to that, because and maybe that will probably come up whilst we're talking about when I do pose this question to the panel, especially to Jason. So he'll have his 5 minutes of rant. Right. What's Craig saying? Arsenal in the Champions League can get PSG, Real Madrid, and Galatasaray as the possible outcome. We will finish bottom of the group. That means back in the Europa. Hooray! Now, I don't know. I don't know if this is based on Craig. I don't know if this is based on us being in pot 3. From what I understand is, and this is mad. This is your club, Big D. Juventus was second, after getting their points reinstated.
Yes,
they have now had their points
10
deducted.
points.
10 points. Now that's taken them out of the Champions League place, which looks like they're not going to do it. And because of that, AC Milan now goes second, or Inter Milan. I can't remember which one it is now. Because of that, because they're coefficient.
I think Inter. I think.
Inter, if it's Inter, so, because they're coefficient. Because we've been in the Champions League longer than them. I know it sounds crazy because we've been out there 5-6 years. Our coefficient is better than Inter Milan's or AC Milan's. So therefore, we will go into pot 2.
Right.
So it depends on who. So Craig, I don't know whether this is based on information with that we could meet these teams if we're in pot 2 or if we're in pot 3. So if you can give us some more details on that, I'd appreciate that, mate.
So, sorry, just on that.
So what's that, Jay?
So just on the Juventus team.
Yeah.
They need to do something about Juventus. I know it's your boys, D, but
I know.
how many times you can get suspensions, drop points, demote? Like, they're constantly breaking the rules.
Yeah, and you have to look at, if you play for them as a player and you do your job, which they were, because they was on 69 points, then you all got to go in there and say, right, I want to pay rise because of you lot. Seriously, because it's like, we've worked hard, we've got to second in the league, so we're in Champions League, and now we're 7th because of that this latest 10-point deduction. So it's murky, man. And it's Lazio that are second norm, then Inter. Lazio, Inter, and then AC.
Right. Okay.
But what do you do on your wages thing, right? So I think most Premier League clubs have this. Man United have this. If we're not in the Champions League, all the top clubs, you lose a percentage of your salary. It goes down.
I think it's high as well. Yeah, you're right. I think it's 15%.
Right. Something like that.
50%. It's 15%.
Yeah. So if I was at Juventus, I ain't taking that drop.
Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Because, like you said, D, I've done my job.
Yeah,
that's your business.
Everything they do commercially or financial fair play, that's not on the players. The players are going to go out there and get the points and perform, and they've done that this season. Even with the injuries to Pogba and certain guys that were out long term, they still got to second, and now, they're 7th. They're not even in Europa. They're done. You know what I mean? Well, they could still squeeze into Europa.
I was going to say, what's the chances of them? I was going to say, what?
They're 1 point behind Roma with 2 games left, so they could still finish in either the Conference or the Europa League. But
they can't finish in Champions League.
Well, in Champions League, they need everyone above them to lose both games, as in Milan, Lazio, and Roma. So
that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay then. No, well, listen. Let's just quickly now. Last week Wednesday, Real Madrid went away to Man City, and what a schooling these guys got. Now we can talk about how fantastic Man City are on the pitch. They're on another level right now with the manager of Pep's class, and what he. I mean, I was watching this game, and it was like watching. I don't know. I'm trying to compare. I mean, I'm trying to compare Real Madrid to a really, really. They look like a Conference League side. The way they were just getting ripped to bits. It was absolutely embarrassing.
They were slow to everything. They just look lethargic all over the place.
Yeah, and listen, they've got an aging midfield, and I get that. You know what I mean? But it's like the way Man City was just playing through them, and the commentator was saying it just looked like you could see how Man City was set up, proper You know what I mean? Everything was structured, but they knew what they're doing. Whereas Real Madrid just looked like they just kind of went on there and just said, just toss the coin and see what happens. You know, they just disjointed. They, as I said, they were getting. I mean, it was only what's the guy's name? The goalkeeper's name?
Courtois.
Yeah, Courtois. He kept them in that game. Listen, that could be all 5-6-7-0.
Yeah. Did you see that? Did you see that save we made from Haaland? He was clawing that out of the goal.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Big up to Adam. He's saying, hi,
yes,
everybody.
I
think she's meant to say hi, everybody. But Scott, they're absolutely frightening. And they literally ripped Real Madrid apart. And now they meet Inter Milan in the finals. Now, we might say it might be a foregone conclusion. But listen, we know they've done the three-peat. And they're now about to be on the verge, as you can see, scrolling across the line. Could they be on the verge of doing the treble? There is a possibility there. And so I just want to pose this question to the panel and to everybody in the chat. I'm not being bitter. I don't feel I am, but I've congratulated them. I think they've done a very good job on the pitch. So a question to Jason. Jason, is congratulations in order for Man City doing the three-peat and on the verge of possibly doing the treble? So I want you to speak from the heart, my brother, and just say what you feel about Man City, knowing them to be your noisy neighbours. They're not your noisy neighbour now. So can you just give me your thoughts on it? And Big D also as well. I'd like your thoughts on whether you want to congratulate Man City through gritted teeth, or have you got something else?
Listen, you have to congratulate them. No, you have to congratulate them, right? Because what they've done on the pitch, what those players have done on the pitch, what Pep's done with them is phenomenal. I mean, you just talked about how they dismantled Real Madrid. I mean, it's unbelievable. But what they did and we all knew it was coming, but you still got to do it to Arsenal in tracking them down. We all knew they could go on 10, 12, 30 game winning streak, but you got to go and do it. And they did it again.
Yeah.
And, obviously Arsenal made it easy for them because they capitulated, but that's another argument altogether. But at the end of the day, they just keep winning games. However, this is my biggest gripe, right, about this whole Man City thing. How can you leave a team that's got 115 charges against them, right? Now, the FA have taken, the Premier League, have taken 4 years to investigate this. And the reason it's taking so long is they said that Manchester City wouldn't cooperate with the investigation.
They're still kicking the can down the street.
Right? Yep. They're taking 4 years. And now
but they should be getting penalty for not even cooperating as well.
Yeah.
Well, so my thing is this, right? Now, those 150 charges, okay, it might go down to 75, right? Once they go through, the lawyers get hold of it and all that stuff. But basically, you've got a huge amount of evidence to say that they've broken the rules.
Yeah.
And that's what's built them up to where they are today. Because it's not like if Manchester United get taken over by Qataris and we get pumped a load of money in, we don't have to make up sponsorship deals to make it big. Because we already get the biggest sponsorship deals in the Premier League, and we're not even the best team.
Right.
Whereas Man City are a bunch of nobodies. Right? So then they get this money. So then they have to basically cook the books. Right? And you see it happen in Newcastle today. You saw the article about they've got a shirt sponsorship deal with
I saw that. Yes, yeah.
But one of the board members from Newcastle is on the board of this company.
Right. Okay. Can't run, can it?
So now they're saying the Premier League are going to have to investigate this, right? But this is all the stuff that these rules have only come in because of Man City. Because Man City were doing this left, right, and centre. So this is my whole thing about it all. I just think they've been the best footballing side in the Premier League for the last 5 years. They've been one of the best sides in Europe for the last 4 years or so, even though they can't win the European Cup. And don't sleep on Inter Milan, by the way, because
that's what I was going to say. Yeah,
we all know what the Italians can do over a 90-minute football match. But anyway, maybe that's hope more than anything. But that's my biggest thing with this whole thing is that it's just been left, and we don't know when the resolution to any of this is coming. We know that Man City can't. So you remember UEFA fined them.
Yep.
And UEFA found them guilty, and then they went to court arbitration.
They went to and ended up paying. The actual fine was cut from whatever it took, something like 8 million or 9 million or something like that.
And the ban. Absolute joke.
And the ban.
And the ban. And the only reason the Court of Arbitration for Sport threw it out, right, was because the evidence, the way they got the evidence, because it was from that guy who basically like hacked into some of their
and because messages. Of that, that's right.
It's because of that. Whereas under these rules, under Premier League rules, no club is allowed to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sport.
Right.
So now they've been fined by the Premier League. The only thing they can do, the Premier League appoint the independent regulator to check it out, not regulator, whatever they call it. It's an independent committee.
Yeah.
That independent committee rules, and if you don't like it, you can appeal. Then they'll appoint another independent committee, and then their decision's final.
Right.
So that's all. So we've still got that whole process to go through.
Yeah. And the thing is,
we get an outcome.
The problem is that the fact that they're giving more leeway and they're not even complying with the fact that they need to provide the evidence. It just speaks a lot of volumes to
it kind of look. Gary Neville and Jamie not Jamie Carragher, Carragher, was talking about it on Monday Night Football, and they were saying that the longer this goes on, it's playing into the hands because Pep wants a quick resolution. He came out in his post-match and said, "Look, I don't." It's almost like as they said, there's like an asterisk now over their Premier League wins, their trophies and that. And with that said, so when I asked you the question, is congrats? There's almost like, well, yes, I congratulate them, but if you're not adhering to FFP rules since 2008 till 2018, and you're withdrawing evidence, as Kofi said, you're going to look at it and say, well, bro, the top 6 clubs, when this happened, I think when this came out back in February, March, they were saying they want him, abolished from the league or relegated or whatever it is.
Yeah, but no. But if you look at what we just spoke about with Juventus, Italian league just came straight down on them. 10 points, you're out of Champions League. In our case, 10 or 15 points, Arsenal are the champions. Like, you can't just keep year by year mugging off the FA, stalling, and then you win, and then you win again. It's like, well, hold on, you're winning big, but you're still breaking the rules.
You're still breaking the rules because we're still no further along the line.
That's why you have to respect the Italian clubs, because they look at the big clubs and say, you're not going to cheat your way to Champions League or winning the league. Bam. 10-point deduction.
But you know what, though?
15-point deduction.
But what do you guys think? If they found guilty, what do you think is a good punishment? Because the truth of the matter is, right, a 10, 15 point
them out of the Premier League
is nothing because they've been benefiting for this for years.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Kofi. I'm talking about
let them go into championship.
I'm talking about
there was talk. No, there were possibilities. There was a number of possibilities that could happen to them. They could either get a massive fine. They could be banned from doing any buying players and all of that. Getting completely kicked out of the football league, and then they have to work their way back up. And then obviously, I mean, listen, if you find them, right? So what?
It's money, isn't it?
They'll just continue. They've got the squad. They'll just continue just to beef up the squad and then go again.
They've already benefited from it.
Yeah, they have.
And that is the problem. And so some people will say, we're bitter. Well, no, I love the football that these guys are playing.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. And to be perfectly honest, look, when Pep came to Man City, he's not the one that's looking into what they do, their business affairs. They've got him to do a job because they know that what he did with Barcelona and Bayern Munich, he can do the same with Man City. Yeah, whatever they were doing in terms of business wise, I mean, You don't just make up 115 breaches. You don't. It doesn't just. There's got to be something. Come on.
And the thing is, it's dirty hands and it's mud in the water. And what it does is it spoils the real competitiveness of the league. If you're going to keep cheating so you can invest. Because you look at the squad and you have to, straight away, you say, look at the squad they got. Nobody is on make money. That whole squad's on good money. It's like, okay, make it like if you look at the NBA, there's something that they, which is the basketball, there's something they call luxury tax, and sometimes when they want to boost the squad, like the owners are saying, nah man, I'm not paying whatever it is. 200,
you have to be also surprised that with the likes of Haaland, their buy of Haaland, they paid 50 million for Haaland. Now any other club is paying 100 and something mil for Haaland.
Exactly.
No, but the Haaland thing. Okay,
there was a clause, wasn't there?
There was a clause.
There was a clause.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So, I want to get away from this myth, and I don't know if it's me, and I don't know what your thoughts are. Now, can we? The question is, can we compete with Man City? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we can.
We can.
Because I think Arsenal proved it until they lost their heads. They proved it that they could go toe to toe with them, and I think squad depth hurt you. Maybe a bit of Arteta's delusional as well.
I think what I'm trying to say, because people are saying, "Oh, we can't compete with Man City because
we can."
They buy the most. If you look at Man City over the few years that they bought players, the only time they've spent 100 million was on Jack Grealish, right? And Jack Grealish, we all know that Jack Grealish wasn't worth 100 mil. But you know what it is? You know what the factor is in all of this? Pep. Yeah? Because look at Jack Grealish now. Yeah? Look at Jack Grealish now. The way he's playing now is...
but when Liverpool won the league, Liverpool competed with them. And then Liverpool got by 1 point.
Yeah, but listen to what I'm saying.
So it's not like they're running away with it, no.
No, they're not. But what it is that there's this myth that we can't compete with them because we haven't got the financial clout.
100% you can.
You can.
Yeah. And so for me, so when I'm talking about my club, I'm saying there are managers out there that are just as tactically good. Pep is a tactician. I mean, he's the best that you can get. But there are teams out there that can go up against him. Yeah. And so for me, you've got Arteta. I personally don't think Arteta. I was online with another Arsenal group, and we was talking about going backwards and forward and saying, they don't think there's anybody else that can come in and take over from Arteta, take these guys to the next level. When I do personally think there is.
But it's an interesting one. If at Christmas you swapped them two managers over, Arsenal win the league, I guarantee you.
It's simple.
But you know what, guys? I still feel there's some players in City squad that make the likes of Grealish look good. Because if Grealish is playing in probably Tottenham or Liverpool, he ain't getting as half the praise than he's getting in City all day long.
And because of that squad depth, he was allowed to spend 100 million on Grealish and not really push him in that first season. If you think about it, Grealish had no real pressure. Any of the player that comes into our clubs that cost 100 million, he's starting every single game, but not at City. And that's the kind of money they've got to allow.
But it's not even it's
the buy-in and the wages and not playing them every week.
But that's not. I don't think that's the reason why. That the fact that they're sitting on the bench. Pep is when it comes to, if you're not good enough, if you're not performing on the pitch, you will sit on that bench regardless of how much you cost. He's done it with loads of players.
That's what I'm saying, though, because he's saying that. This is what he's saying. He needs a season to really understand and know how to play my system. So I'll spend 100 million on him, pay him whatever, 280 a week or something stupid, and I'm just going to play him every now and again to introduce him gradually. Most teams don't have the luxury to do that, to spend that kind of money on one player and say we're going to integrate him slowly throughout the season. So he's not going to start every game. He'll play most of the cup games. And if he's not doing what I'm telling him, I'm holding him off for half time and things like that. Most managers ain't doing that because they're feeling that the board will say he cost us 100 million. You have to play him. And that's what will happen. Sometimes we've all seen it where we're like, why does he keep picking this guy right now? His form's gone. or he needs a break. You said it with Saka. Arteta couldn't afford to bench Saka because he's a star boy. Even when he dipped in form. He still had to keep playing him.
Okay. And so let me just, as an example, our owner, right, Stan Kroenke, yeah? His net worth is 13 billion, right? And that's just his net worth. I'm not even talking about what his wife has got, who owns Walmart, right?
Right.
Look at his salary, his yearly salary.
A billion.
1 billion. Look at his monthly income. 90 million. Man needs to dig a little bit deeper into his pockets, bro. Yeah.
and you know his other team's gone to the NBA finals now.
Right.
What did that stadium cost them? The one that he moved to
the SoFi.
Yeah,
but it's different in America. It's different in America though.
What I'm trying to say is
they're quite but they're smart. They get the cities to put up half the money to pay for the stadiums.
Yep.
As an asset to the city.
Yeah. And then they have everything there, pop concerts of all sorts. Yeah, they have everything there.
The money.
It's a little bit like the Tottenham model, but it doesn't seem to be
very similar. Yeah, very similar, no. Because what it does, it generates money in the community job-wise, and it generates money for both, like Jason said, the state or the city of Miami, maybe. Because with Miami, they do it. All those big concerts where the Miami Heat play, they have very big concerts there, and them concerts sell out. So that money goes into keeping the employment around the area, and then they split it between the Heat and Dade County. So Dade County, which is which is where they play in Dade County get half that money by sharing and doing the stadium. So it's a win-win. And then remember as well, like what we're doing now. Like they renamed the stadiums with the sponsors as well, no, and that generates huge money. You remember when Leicester was the Walker Crisp Stadium? So Walker's is just they're smart, man. And I think you'll see us go so much to the American model. That's why Todd wanted to do. Yeah, man, I'm gonna trade him after 2 years. No, we ain't trading anybody, bro. It's a buy, it's a sell. But this is why Todd was always speaking American, as I call it, when it came to Chelsea Football Club. And the big contracts as well, Norm. You know what I mean? Those long 8 and 9 contracts. That's American. That's not what we do here. We might do 3 or 4 years with a 1 year extension. So, yeah.
So going back to Latoya's question. So if City win the treble, how long will Pep stay? And once he leaves, do you think City will keep up the same standard of football?
Yep. Depends who they get as the manager.
Yeah.
But I think he might stay on. He never stays too long, though, does he?
No, he doesn't. No. And I think he's only stayed, Latoya, because Champions League. I think if he'd won the Champions League twice, he probably wouldn't be there now. He's that kind of guy to say, yeah, man, I've conquered it. You know, I don't think he's going to try and stay around to win 13 like Fergie did. It's just not what... Pep's not really built that way. He want to go somewhere else and dominate, get the money, dominate that league. And then he'll tell you, look at my resume. Look where I've won, how many times I've won, and look how I've done it. So, and he even said he doesn't know how good he'd be without the money. Pep actually said that in an interview. So that's not even bad tackling, because if you look, someone said about whose treble would be better, and I'm saying Man United's, because we did it first for one. We did it with academy players. We weren't spending peas to win the treble. If you look at it, because even when we was winning, I'll be like, what are some average players in that squad, Jay?
Do you remember how much injuries we had that year?
Yeah.
And look at the final of the Champions League. Look at the midfield.
Right. Yeah.
Look who played in centre midfield.
Yeah, because we had Keane suspended. Was it Keane and Scholes?
Yeah.
Keane and Scholes suspended. Right.
And was Sheringham playing there?
Yeah, he played. He came on. He came on
and scored the winner.
Yeah,
he scored the winner.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. So for me, if you look at the two managers in the areas of winning it, just because we did it first for one, but to do it with the academy players and with a depleted midfield, come on, man, stop that. Man, the city is rich.
I mean, obviously, let me just wait a second.
Because I remember, Norman, when Keane got the yellow card, you could see that he nearly wanted to cry, but he just rolled his sleeves up and he got stuck in. and played the beast
We
of
were
a game.
losing that game. We were losing
exactly.
that game.
Yeah, exactly. And he never, even though he knew he wasn't going to play, the performance he put in after that yellow card was phenomenal. That's why everyone, he's a bit of a madman as a pundit, but Keane was a bad man. No, I'm sorry, man. He was a bad man.
Obviously, with Man City possibly on the verge of doing the double treble, there's talk out there on social media, in the media itself, about who is the greatest team and so on and so on. And then I'll say Man City. Now, obviously, the era in terms of when Pep took over till that point, he's the one that's turned this City side. Yeah. But when you're looking at everything, say again.
Pep was needed money to do it. As you said, he wouldn't go and do it if he didn't have the level of money to spend on the squad. He wouldn't have just gone in and done it with the squad of players which City had at the time.
A lot of this is levied at Pep, that every club that he's been to, Bayern Munich, obviously Barcelona, and now Man City, they've had money. They've had money to do this, and so they say that he can't just go in there and work. If everybody was on the same playing field, same plateau kind of thing, would it be different? But I would still say that Pep's tactician and just the way he manages, and I just think he's on another level.
Don't get me wrong, he's a master tactician. Yeah. But let's say they capped everybody's spending in the Premier League to, let's say, you get 200 mil. Everybody gets 200 mil, all the teams, all the top teams, all the teams, 200 mil to spend. Now, that puts everybody in level playing field.
And you cap the player's salary as well.
Carry on talking. I think somebody's come to the house. Carry on talking.
So if you cap the club spend, you cap the wages as well.
Yeah.
Because then certain players are going to say, can you remember how it was, right, Jay? But when players were coming to us, you knew they're coming for the money.
Definitely.
Older players, Cavani. I don't want to call people out, but man like Cavani, you know he was coming for that piece because he knew.
Sorry, guys, let me just cut you here. Yeah, you want to stick your face in there, mate? Right, this is my brother-in-law. Yeah. He's a happy West Ham supporter going into the Conference League. Just say
congratulations, big up, man.
Uncle Ken, just say big up to Uncle Ken, my brother-in-law. He was the one that's making a whole heap of noise. That's why I had to mute the camera.
Big up West Ham every time.
Fair play, Ken. Fair play to you guys.
When Ez is talking about his father-in-law,
that's it.
This is him, all right, guys? So, big up to Uncle Ken,
Greetings.
Live and direct to the house, all right? God bless you. Sorry, D, Big D, you say.
So, like I said, the Kofi, not only the spend, but the players' wages. If you cap both, and then you'll see, because players won't be quick to jump on the glory train. They're looking at their package. Okay, what's the best? Who's going to offer me the best package to play Champions League? So, what's this? Fair play. Okay, it's interesting. It will be interesting if the league go down this route, because I think the league may at some point say, right, we need to cap the transfer spending, and there needs to be a carry sap. That way, you earn through bonuses.
And the owners would want that. The owners would want that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The owners want to carry sap, especially the American owners. They've been trying to get this for ages.
Yeah, because you can't do what we were doing with Ronaldo, with Sanchez. I mean, it's stupid money a week. And we saw how that worked out. You know what I mean? You've got to look at this and say, right, you know what? Look at the world now as it is. These wages are not realistic. And yes, you're a professional, but it's still sport at the end of the day. I think we've just gone too far with it. Yeah. I mean, she always says to me, that's why I don't watch football anymore, because I just think it's ruined. The money in the sport, the backhanders, things that Juventus have done, things that Man City have done. And like I say, they reacted with Juventus, haven't reacted with City, and you say, is it sport in the league? Because we all know that they're cheating underhandedly financially, and yet there is another title on the books.
Yeah.
And the time as well, like you said, Jason, taking way too long to address it. You can't just keep stalling.
Way too long.
This is what I said to you guys about Ivan Toney, right? You had all these charges. It wasn't 5 charges. It was bare charges. You stopped him from going to the World Cup. You told Graham not to pick him, and then you play him and give him his first cap, and then you suspend him. Man, that's a clown thing. That's an absolute clown thing because the evidence was always there. That's why he didn't go to the World Cup. And this is what our FA does. They're embarrassing, Jay. They're embarrassing, guys. I don't know. Yeah.
That's a question there. So, question there from Scott. Would you get rid of Sancho? That's to D and Jay.
There's been talk.
Do you know what it is, right, Scott? If all things, if you had an infinite pot of money, you could go replace players, then the answer to your question would be yes. Because as much as I like the guys from South London, like myself, I try to support him all the time. It's just sometimes it's effort as well. And I look at him and the effort he puts in, I'm thinking, what was that? What is that?
Yeah.
I think this season, to answer Scott's question, I think we've got other priority positions that we need to fill. Yeah. Hence why I think he'll be safe and he'll have another season.
But do you think that because of his wages, because when he was at Dortmund, he was playing far with more hunger than he is playing now?
It could well be that.
Yeah.
Could well be that.
And you know, a lot of people seem to forget that Ten Hag sent this guy away. You know, he protected him from everything. He's like, listen, get out of here. I'm sending you to my people. Get your head straight, get your fitness up, and come back when you think you're ready to come back. No pressure. And when a gaffer does that for you, and then you see these performances, you can't respect it, unfortunately. I'm not saying sell him like what Jason said, because we've got other positions that we need to fill. But I just think he's a luxury player that we can't afford a luxury player like that not to perform. Even if you perform every other game, he's not even doing that for us, which is a shame. Like Jason said, South London kid, I like the kid. I think, you know, he's a good kid, but something mentally is not there. And it's Old Trafford, mate. It's Man United, and yeah, you can't. That's why. Shut up. But no, we already talked about that. Listen, it's like I said. Give me Kylian Mbappe or nothing. I don't want this dude. Nah, man. Mbappe or nothing.
The thing is,
why?
The thing about these guys, the thing about him and Mbappe, D. Yeah. I don't want none of them.
Yeah, I know. No, but I'm saying if I was forced, Jason, if I was forced to take one, I'm taking Mbappe. Yeah.
Me too. I'll take Mbappe. I think Mbappe.
Yeah, but even Mbappe's head's been turned by what PSG are giving him anyway.
I know, exactly. Yeah.
He's an outstanding football player, Mbappe. I mean, to me, at least Mbappe produces it or tries hard, works hard all the time.
Yeah.
Neymar's a luxury player. That's Sancho.
Luxury.
If you put Sancho,
and he goes. When I say he goes missing. When I say goes missing, you know, he's got a lot of injuries. And if you look at his games over a period of, let me just add in Chile here. He's just coming into late to the show. Let's bring him in Chile.
The city is ours.
We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. We are top of the league. Say we are top of the league. You're losers. Each and every one of you is a loser.
Chile, can you tell us about Manchester City's history? When did they start? They start their journey into football?
How Kofi, he's got his camera because he's on Google. He's Googling it right now.
I mean, listen, Jay during the couple of days has been giving some therapy to Chile because he's trying to understand what day of the week he's a Man City supporter when he's
right. Yeah,
we're still trying to get him on the couch. He's still in a bit of a straitjacket, but you know, we're trying to get him out there.
He confuses. Remember, Norm, he's confusing himself. He's confusing himself.
Yeah. I mean, there was a point. Honestly, there was a point when I listened to some of his voice notes. He was even convincing me that he's a Man City supporter. I mean, it's incredible.
Chile, we love you, brother. We love you, man.
This is what his club has done to him, and obviously he's a hater, Arsenal hater. So you know what I mean. They're crying on our tears, mate.
I don't hate anyone. Big up Rob and Scott. I don't hate anybody. But Jason, when you mean you don't want Mbappe, like he's gonna be looking at United.
Hold on, Chile.
Man, listen, guys, we're having a pleasant chat. The man just coming like a bull in the dinosaur.
You know what I mean? Hold on, Chile.
If he's coming England, it's for one club.
Yeah, United is the only place he's coming.
Exactly
Mbappe's only coming to United.
He's coming City or nowhere. United. He ain't trying to play in
listen, he's not trying to play second fiddle to Haaland. Trust me on that one. He's coming to United, mate.
We're champions.
You couldn't afford him anyway. You're some brat pocket team now.
The top row of this chat is all Champions League teams, mate.
Right. All I know is you used to be the big boys in the mansion, and we were the noisy neighbours. Now you're the noisy neighbours. Keep it down.
Oh, here we go. The city's still red, my friend.
Chile, mate.
It's never the city is ours.
This from Arsenal forever. Chile cares more about Man City than Tottenham. You can't blame him for that. Tottenham don't know what success is. Yeah, absolutely got to agree with you there, Craig, mate.
Arsenal, everyone knows I am City through and through.
Yes, so if that's the case, then you actually won't mind us getting Kane for like 16 mil then, and we'll throw Harry and
no,
Martial.
you're taking limit.
And
you're messing with my emotions again.
Chile, you know when you guys first won the Premier League, who was the squad from start to finish? Tell me, man.
Well,
when we first won it?
Year it was. Just tell it what's the year you first won it. What year was that?
What year?
We had Aguero. Well, hang on. Right. No, I'm not playing this. Why have I got to prove my loyalty?
Because it's shaky. Man, you're on shaky grounds, Chile, man. Honestly, man. I'm going to pray for you, bro.
Man, just come in and just sort of smash up the place, man. 4 years, Harry, please.
Did I hear man talking some foolishness? I'm not here for that. Champions don't ramp,
Tom says, Geezer says, on Google now, Chile.
Yes, Geezer. How you doing?
But yeah, no. But listen, now that you've come in, we might as well address your game. It's looking like, I mean, ideally, you would not want to be playing Conference League. You got beaten at home yet again to Brentford.
Why you got to say yet again? Why you got to say yet again? Why you got to be like that?
Well, is that
you
not the case?
It yet again?
No.
How did you get
the case? We're talking about your game now. We will talk. We'll come to us. We'll talk about our game. I just want to know what happened at the top.
Last time you try leave Arsenal to the end and talk about it for like 37 seconds, and then we got to go now.
But listen, they and not only that, they were without Brentford. In Brainwell getting 2 of the goals and beating you guys 3-1. I suppose the question I want to pose to you, Chile, just quickly: do you want to play in the Conference League? Do you want to be in Europe, or do you prefer to be out of it?
No, I already told you. I'd rather. Didn't I tell you I was happy and I wanted Villa to get something against Liverpool, which they did, Kofi. Thank you very much, Villa.
Yeah. Because
I
the rest
thank Kofi as well.
VAR and everything.
Let's come on. Well, actually, that was the Villa game. I was going to say to you, Cole. Tyrone Mings.
How they not giving him red?
Well, listen, we could talk about Jota. Yeah, we could talk about Jota. Yeah,
come on, man.
But the Tyrone Mings. Should it be a red or not? I mean, obviously you got.
You're not talking about marks when Skip had stitches. You're talking about a mark.
Oh, come on, man. They were deep, slices through his chest.
But listen, what Jota did to who was it that who was it that cut his head, Chile? Who was it? Jota did when he played Liverpool.
Skip.
What?
Skip.
Yeah. Look, Jota got to the ball first.
Put stitches in the man's head, you know.
he got to the ball first, and the guy just came and met the thing.
No, what's his foot doing up there? Yeah,
He had to challenge for
exactly.
the ball, mate.
Yeah,
Crazy,
why do you say
crazy.
challenge with his
For the
head?
He
You
had
can't
to
put your foot up
challenge.
there.
Crazy.
That was a
crazy.
dreadful decision.
But listen, look, so Chile, I suppose you're going to end up playing.
Right.
Ideally, it'd be great to
When
see
I
you play in
told
Conference
you,
League.
when I told you 5-6 weeks ago that I'm officially City, did you not? Why you asked me about Tottenham? I told you I'm not interested in Tottenham. They're done. They were done like 8 weeks ago.
Well, look, you're on the verge of probably getting a new manager from Feyenoord.
They're just
slot.
one embarrassment after another. That's all they do.
But
Wait,
this new
so
manager coming in. Sorry,
can
go on.
I ask this question? So if City get found guilty eventually, are you going to drop them?
Well, it depends who's at the top of the table.
Mate, bro.
Wait, the cat cut your tongue or something? God.
My Lord,
After
Chile,
the
come on, bro.
sanctions, if we're still there after the sanctions, then I'm nice with them. But if we have to get dot points, I might have to have a look at Young United or something.
Just quickly get your point because I know Jason's got to go in a bit. Just want to get your point, Chile. What do you if Man City are found guilty, and when that's going to happen, we don't know. But if they were found guilty, what do you think the punishment should be, or you just think people are just hating on them?
I think that D's definitely hating on them. He's got a little haterism in him. But I think that they should get points deducted.
But for 115 breaches, just points. That went on like seasons and seasons ago. That got them to win titles and stuff. Just deduct a few points off of them.
They have to get relegated.
Yeah, well, what you suggesting is relegation?
Yeah, relegation.
Yes.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yes, Chile.
Yeah, you know, I was on high train. That ain't never happening. You can forget
Cheating,
that.
It's cheating. Nah, cheating is cheating. You know, you're making an
They
example
need
of
to
them.
be
That
starting
way,
from.
no club
They need to be
does that.
starting from Championship at the bottom. That's
Exactly.
where they need to be
Yeah.
starting.
No, I'd get them to League One, right in League One.
Right? Yeah, League One, and you start the league up minus 10 points. You start the league.
Yeah,
and then
you start them on minus something, mate, because they'll still win it anyway.
But then you've got to do that for everybody, and that don't happen for everybody.
Everybody ain't cheats like you, look.
Yeah, but nobody's got 100.
Cheated not long ago. They didn't get relegated.
Chile. We've all been watching football a long time, right? Have you ever heard of a team that's been charged with 115 breaches of the regulation?
Come on,
that only
man.
happens in Spain and Italy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
15 points. You know,
But what are the breaches, though? Some of them are going to be like little minor things.
Yeah, right. So what I'm saying is they breached the rules.
They were saying there's about 30 serious breaches, so that's enough.
Even 30 alone.
Yeah, so that should be a 30-point deduction.
Yeah, but who's saying it though? Where are you getting your info from?
The Premier League.
The Premier League. The Premier League are the ones that are investigating them.
Yeah.
And this has been going on.
You can't trust
gone back to
2008. What, you trust the Premier League? You trust what the Premier League say? We didn't breach anything.
Unfortunately, Chile, we do. Unfortunately, we do, Chile. And that's why the city is still ours, bro. I keep telling you, your ears is hard, you know.
I just think that they're hating it. Right, let me break it down for you, yeah? Norman wants it because Norman thinks that the punishment's going to be, we'll give Arsenal the title then because they cheated. Not going to happen.
No, I don't.
Jason,
I don't know.
They don't like it because they know this. From you,
but if they were to give Arsenal the title, then they'd have to go back to all City's titles. So they'll never do that.
Exactly. That's why I said it's not going to happen. That's why it's not going to happen. And then you two,
but you still could get relegated though after winning.
You just hate City.
Yeah, but
they're the best.
We'd win 2 more titles.
So.
No, Chile. If they took away their titles, United would win 2 more.
Yeah, man, that's murky.
Yeah,
bro.
so you
that's what people don't
definitely
realize.
do it then.
You lot hands is dirty, you know, Chile. Your hands are dirty.
I thought Arsenal fans were the delusion, then I saw Chile. Yeah, mate.
Oh Lord,
Chile, you're representing Tottenham, mate.
I think that they should get fined and docked points. That's it.
How many
Mine's a
points?
waste of
30?
time.
30 points?
10 to
How
20.
much?
10 to 20.
Come
10
on,
to
mate.
20.
Yeah.
What are you
What
gonna say? For the eight?
Oh, because we're going to be like 13 points clear at the end of this season. You're going to say, "Oh, 10 points ain't nothing to you."
Of course
But
it isn't.
10 points.
Listen, we know that nothing's ain't going to happen now. Yeah, and as Jay said earlier on, that this investigation is going to go on for however long.
What happened to Barcelona?
You tell us.
No, that's what I want to know. Exactly, nothing. So nothing ain't going to happen to City.
Yeah, but you're not
It's a
Barcelona.
different
Though.
league, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you man's ain't Barcelona. Because if you look
We're
at it,
better than Barcelona. And in a
For
few
now.
years, we'll be bigger than them too. Give it another
stop
10,
that,
15
bro.
years.
Stop that.
Well,
Nah.
10,
I think
15
it's
years,
bad.
we're going to be the biggest team on the planet.
Yo, 10, 15
Not when they
years.
kick you out.
Pep-
Not when they
Pep is
kick you out of the
long gone,
football
you
league.
Chile, why can't
They
City
kick you out of
accept? Why can't City accept that they're cheats and they need to be punished for all their things?
Well,
all
everyone
their
else
swindling?
needs to be punished that's cheated over the years.
So who's
West
cheated over
Ham
the years?
got some. West Ham cheated not long ago, and they got some dibby little. They didn't even get a point. They got a fine.
No one's going to go there for one door. Because Everton have also got a breach against them, haven't they?
Yep.
Yeah, Everton.
But it's only,
that's
they've
right,
only
yeah.
got one
breach.
charge.
Yeah, one charge. Yeah,
And they're still investigating it.
Yeah.
they are.
One charging up. 115.
One charge.
Wow.
Not 115. Not 115. And also the Premier League stated Man City would not cooperate.
What they got to hide, Chile? What they got to
What have
hide?
they got to hide? Exactly. You have to look at
From
that.
from what I know, I said I haven't had too much run-ins with the law, but I watched a few of these legal films, and I know that all the people that don't cooperate are the ones that are guilty.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Innocent people always want to give everything.
Yeah,
Jay,
they say,
have a look.
right.
No,
Jay, so
no.
they say,
See, that's what they
bring in
want you to believe, Jay. They want you to give up the information so they can hang you with your own words. Points
I would
deduction.
recommend Judge
Hang
Judy.
on. Do you remember when was it? 95, 96, Tottenham got points deducted and like about $500,000 fine for irregularities, and then West Ham just get a fine. So it's not like it's a level playing field and every team's treated the same.
You know the thing with Tottenham, it seems like they've been fined from since 2008.
Right. How did you get on them at the weekend? Biggest game of your season. How did you get on?
What do you mean? Why would it be the biggest game of the season? Why? Why would it be
Your
the biggest game? The title was done.
Forest to stay in
the title was done a long time ago, guys.
All I heard was
a long time ago. I'm not delusional enough to think that.
That's all I could hear.
Dude.
Are you trying to say we was choking? Is that what you're trying to say? As I said, I'm not as delusional as some of these Arsenal fans, yeah, going on about, we could do this 2 games ago, we could possibly win the league. Nah, I already said my piece, yeah? We weren't good enough. Chocolate fire guards mentality, simple things done out here, understand? But listen, the way it's gonna finish, there's a possibility that you can either finish in the Conference League or finish 8th. So the penultimate game, we'll see what happens when you go away to Leeds.
I'd rather finish 8th than in the Conference League.
Yeah, personally, I'd rather you be in the Conference League.
Easy, bro.
I'll see you guys there. Have a good show, guys.
Take care, Jay.
Yeah.
Cheers. Take care, man.
Yeah,
okay, we'll just quickly go through these. It was a great talk show sport.
Hang on, what were you saying, D? You would rather be in the conference and not in it?
No, I'd rather you be in the conference.
See what I mean about football,
this brother? Thursday night football. on some crappy pitches. Yeah, that works for me. That definitely works for me.
I'm sure it does.
Yeah. But let's just quickly move through this because I'm on a time scale here, and it's not that I'm trying to what's the name. Listen, you know, I mean, is it worth talking about Arsenal? But we will come to that. So I'm just going to quickly fan through the other games. Fulham 2, Crystal Palace 2. Listen, both of them are safe. So I'm not going to really go into much.
Sorry to cut you, Norman, but you notice how once teams are safe, how it completely changes how they play. When they're under that pressure, it's like,
and that is the thing because
you
take Forest for instance. Yeah, on paper we beat them home and away, but when they've got something to play for, and I'll take my hat off to their manager who's done well to keep them in this league. Do you know what I mean? Fantastic. You know what I mean? Because you're looking at those games leading up, those games that we needed to win, leading up to us trying to make a challenge for the title. You're looking at those games and thinking, well, if we're still there, do you know what I mean? We could possibly beat. But the thing is, that's what I'm trying to say. With Arsenal, we haven't got the mentality. We haven't got the goalness to make it and go the full throttle and go over the line. We just simply fall. And Man City. And the thing is, this thing is, Man City. You can't compete with them. We only play Man City twice. Yeah. We should be beating those other teams. We shouldn't be drawing against West Ham. We shouldn't be drawing against Southampton, bottom of the league. We should have. Arteta should have managed that game against Liverpool. Those are games, and then we lose against Nottingham Forest. We lose against Brighton. It's not good, and that's not title winning. When you look at it, it's not title winning.
But that's what they always say. It's not beating Man City; it's beating everyone else that wins you the title.
Exactly. Since
Yeah.
Man City, from I can't remember from when they've gone on I think a 12-game unbeaten run in the Premier League. I'm just talking.
Yeah.
And that's even their goal difference is wrong.
In competitions.
Yeah, even their goal difference is like plus 22 now on you guys. And you guys were a lot closer on the goal difference.
Well, one time we've been 5.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So it's crazy. Steve Cooper has done a fantastic job out there. He's done. I mean, the owner. I mean, the guy. He's pumped in. I mean, if you think about the money now, the money that they've spent now. People saying they've spent all this money, they're going down. Well, you can only go to the owner and say, "Well done, mate," because he's kept them up. Do you know what I mean? And Steve Cooper's done a fantastic job to do that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because I thought they were one of the clubs that was coming up to go. And if you think about it, none of the clubs that have come up from the Championship have gone down. The 3 clubs that have come up from the Championship have not gone down. So the fight is between Everton, Leicester, and Leeds.
Yeah, and I think we said a few weeks back that Forest are just gonna sneak away with it, and they have. 37 games, literally a point a game, Norm. A point a game with a minus 30 goal difference.
I mean,
and you stay up. If you think about it, a point a game, a minus 30 goal difference, and you stayed up. I tell you how poor the other 4 teams have been.
Yeah, I mean, just to pick up on what Craig is saying here. Why we was doing it, I have no idea. Why you've got Kieran Tierney sitting on the bench, but you decided to go with Kippier. It's mad. It's absolutely mad.
When you see managers do things like that, it's like, what is it that they're seeing that we're not? Is something in training going on? Is that why?
I don't know.
I always say this, Chili, that you have to wonder what do they do in training why they can't start.
Yeah, or why certain people do start as well.
Yeah, because even like when we were playing Luke Shaw as a left-footed centre back with Harry Maguire on the bench, it was like, okay, he must be awful in training for him to say, right, I'm playing Luke Shaw at left back, playing Delo, a right-footed player at left back, rather than start Harry. It's just like, yo. You know what I mean? You have to deep it like that to say it'd rather stick Luke Shaw in there and gamble. Yeah. And so you say the training has to be it. I mean, even like Palestri and that, people are saying as talented as he is, he's not the greatest trainer. Apparently was turning up late for training and all kind of stuff. And so what we see is when he comes on the cameo, we say, oh, this kid's electric, this is that. But they say what we don't see is what goes on in the week. That's why he don't start, or why he's not in the pecking order where he should be.
Which
off
is
the
right.
bench.
If you're not turning up or you're turning up late, you shouldn't start. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
No matter how good you are.
Yeah.
But let me ask you, man, a quick question. Who's your manager of the season?
Eddie
I'll
Howe.
start with Kofi.
Yeah.
Who?
Eddie Howe. Yeah.
I would say Eddie. I would say Eddie Howe.
Eddie Howe. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But then if you bring it,
I would say Eddie Howe or De Zerbi. What about
the Brighton guy?
The
Brighton guy.
Okay. So, question: would you choose Pep?
Sorry?
Why wouldn't you choose Pep?
Because Pep
he's meant to win.
Yeah.
He's done what he's meant to do, isn't
he? But I hear
if you look at that squad, Norm, he's meant to win with that squad.
No, but what I'm trying to say,
exactly.
It's down to Pep managing that squad and getting him to that level. Yeah, you can't just put them out there and say go and play. He has to manage and coach his team.
But the majority of the players know their role in the team. They've done it inside out.
Yeah, they do.
For
me, there's little coaching, Norm. It's like the certain sports where you see it, where you see players almost coaching on like say like the basketball. You'll see LeBron James coaching while he's playing. You know what I mean? Take some pressure off the real coach. Because you got players like and I
get that. You got people like Gundogan. People like Gundogan who's fantastic. And so for me, I hear that. In terms of the context, what we're talking about is to look at what that Eddie Howe has done, and as I said, De Zerbi as well.
Yeah,
that's how I pronounce his right name.
Yeah,
right.
De Zerbi,
It's what they've done in terms of taking, as I said, Newcastle was sitting in 19th place.
Right.
They're now finishing third, even though they've not won a trophy or not won Champions League and all of that. Do you know what I'm sort of saying? But at the end of the day, if man like Pep is going to do the treble and do back-to-back thingy, you know what I mean? Ultimately... when you say it like that, but... Yeah. That's what I'm going to say.
But real talk...
Because you're going to say, all right, you're going to say... Like if somebody said, "Okay, why did you give him?" Because he took them from 19th to 3rd. So what did he get for that?
But you expect.
Hold on a minute. Let me just say what I'm finishing. You've taken them from 19th to 3rd. What did he get for that? Okay, and then you go to Pep and says, Pep, has just won the Premier League. He's got the trophy to prove it. Yeah, he's about to possibly win the FA Cup and the Champions League.
But Norm, you expect with the caliber and the pedigree that Pep has and what he's won previously in different leagues, you expect him to come into a different league and take honors.
Listen, so if we're going to talk about, let me change it then. If we're going to crown who is the greatest, if we was to change the title then to say who is the greatest manager over the last decade. So you've got Klopp has won trophies. He's done one Champions League.
AVB at Tottenham.
You got Ancelotti, who's won the Premier League. Not the Premier League. He's won Premier Leagues. He's won Champions League 4 times. So I mean, this is a whole nother show in terms of looking at say who is the best then, and taking all their attributes and all the stuff that they've won. Who would you say is the best? But that's going to be for another show. And as I said, I'm in a rush, so we can't go too much into it.
Over the last decade, I'd say Pep or Klopp. Klopp.
Klopp don't come here.
It's either Pep or Ancelotti.
There's an undelusional Liverpool support.
What do you mean? Liverpool were in a shambles when Klopp took over.
But I mean, they were still winning.
Liverpool weren't doing anything.
Before Klopp took over Liverpool, they did win a Champions League, did they?
Exactly.
Yes or no?
They did. Right. Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Right. So you know what I mean? They were still winning something. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
we won the cup after Wenger.
Yeah, but that was 2004 now. So when we're going back a decade, he doesn't even come into the equation.
Oh, Norman's got good memory.
We're going into a situation where Arsenal will not, if coming to the next season, if we don't win the Premier League, that's 20 years. 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, we're already at 10 now. 1961. No, we haven't won it since 61, mate. Don't worry about 20 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's
All right,
been
let me just quickly crack on. So look, Liverpool, there was a chance for you guys to try and push Man United for the Champions League.
Yeah.
You ended up, possibly could have lost that game. The fact that I can't remember who missed the penalty. I think it was what's the guy? What's their striker's name? Aston Villa's striker's name?
Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins. Yeah, missing that. Missing
Watkins.
that. Then they go 1-0 up. I think Jacob Ramsey gets the goal.
Yeah.
Then Liverpool equalise.
Fabinho, that's a nice way to go out for him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Nice way for him to go out.
Big up to Firmino.
Man like Fabinho. I like Bobby. Someone painted him a memorial. Did you see that? Outside Anfield, you got a memorial. Everything's got a memorial.
I want to go there and have my picture behind it.
Yeah, see that? Yeah, for real. Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah,
mate.
Bobby's been a good servant, Chile. I rate him. He's been a good servant, Bobby.
Yeah, definitely. They won't be challenging for a title next season. We won't be.
Who?
No, I don't think
we
Arsenal. Yeah, Arsenal.
No, I think you will know.
I don't know because I think we missed our chance. Liverpool
do you
are going to
think
push
the
on.
United are going to start as bad as they did, D?
It really depends.
Oh, we better not. Chili, goodness.
Yeah, exactly. So if you'd started how you're finishing, you would have been challenging. There's no way Chelsea are going to be as bad as they were. So Arsenal can't rest on their laurels. They're going to have to think that everyone's going to improve.
Yeah, spend some money. No,
we got to
I think he knows.
I think what Arsenal has done has been great for them and their young players. I don't really like Arsenal, but
listen.
What they've done
Saka, he's just signed a new.
He signed.
How much is I see that 4-year contract?
How much long?
290,000 a week.
Ooh, that's nice.
Yeah, 300 bags
he
a
looks
week.
like he's our highest.
At 20 years old.
And he deserves it. All right, he dropped off.
No, he doesn't.
No, he dropped off towards the end of the season. Come on. He was, 1 in 8.
No, what I'm saying is he's too young to be earning that sort of money. So what's his next contract going to be?
Yeah, but he's been carrying Arsenal. But Chile, he's been carrying Arsenal for 3 years, mate. Come on.
Yeah, so it's almost like they just rewarded him for staying. Because, be honest with you, I'm surprised that Madrid, Barcelona, or even Bayern didn't come knocking at his door and offering him a nice...
Look, I hope that having this kind of contract that doesn't have the same effect that it did for Aubameyang and Ozil. I just hope
exactly.
That's what I was going to say.
And he needs to take Kim Kardashian off speed.
Yeah.
He got a loser number, mate. Yeah. So if you see him in the street, tell him that.
I will. Just remind me. I was meant to go to one of his dinner parties. I'm sorry. Right. Wolverhampton won. Everton won. Wolverhampton obviously safe. The guy, the manager there. Apparently, I heard there's rumours that he could be leaving. Yeah, I don't know for whatever reason, but Locatelli or Paggi, he could be leaving Wolves. So we'll watch this space. And as I said, Everton, we'll see what happens there with Everton, whether they stay up or not. So the weekend coming is going to be absolutely massive because the permutations for Everton, Leeds, and Leicester, is going to be absolutely crazy, very, very peaky.
Yeah, but Arsenal messed up that split screen. I was looking forward to a split screen for the championship, and Arsenal just wet the bed, man.
And that's what and unfortunately that's what we're all about, mate. You know what I mean? What's this? Did you see Phil Jones leaving video makes you feel for him for his injuries? Yeah, I did see that. Saw that last week.
I actually couldn't watch it. Just for the mere fact we were paying him 120 grand.
Wow,
man been stealing the living for a minute, man. And
Craig,
that's not his fault.
It won't be long. It won't be long, Craig, before he wheels out the new merch. Believe you me.
It's not his fault. You know what I mean? Because Ollie gave him that contract extension. Yeah. So
Sentiments FC like us. Sentiments FC, man.
Yeah,
Sentiments FC. Yeah. And as I said, we go to Nottingham Forest playing some crazy formation. We had all midfielders on and he decides that he's not going to play Kieran T and he's got Thomas Partey right back. I don't know. Why are you trying out things now?
Makes no sense, does it? Head's gone.
Don't make no sense, you know.
Do you
and then
remember
last game
Do you remember when Pep done that? Was it in the Champions League final? And he just done some rant.
Over
So
thing.
maybe that's where Arteta got it from.
But listen, he's not Arteta. He's not Pep, is he?
Overthinking it, Norman. Overthinking it.
As Jason said last week, when the book was when Pep gave Arteta the book, he didn't tell him the final conclusion of the story.
Yeah, he actually punked him, didn't he? I think he punked him.
Yeah, didn't tell him. Say it again, I think.
I feel like he punked him because he gave them 2 players to make it competitive.
Yeah,
it was just like, okay, take these.
I mean, Jesus. For me, he's a frustrating player. You know, I knew you weren't going to get you 15 goals a season.
Yeah, he's not clinical.
What you may need to do is probably get him to compete against Saka on the right hand side, and then go out and get an out and out striker. But I just can't see Arsenal doing it. I really can't. If we're serious, we will do it.
Yeah, you got to get a striker.
Yeah, you know, we will do it. But it is what it is. And as a result of us obviously losing that game against Nottingham Forest, we handed the title to Chelsea.
No, it was mad to see that was.
To Citeh, and Chelsea had to do the guard of honour for
that was mad, and I would have hated to have done that.
You know what? There's one thing I did notice in that game, and I don't know if you noticed it, Dee, if you did watch a little bit of it. And What I did notice now, if when City got the title, the last game of the season at their own ground and everything, and then maybe an hour into it, you know what I mean? Now, if that was Man United, if that was Liverpool, if that was Arsenal, that place, if we'd won the title, that place would be locked down.
Yeah? Absolutely,
lockdown. Now, what I did notice, is that there was hardly anybody in the stadium in the end.
Oh,
they left. 20,000 empty seats. Are you official?
Unbelievable.
The city is ours.
Go and watch it back.
No, brother. You watch
so
it.
lame. That's a typical
It was shocking, Chile.
Don't watch it. After an hour, to just blue seats, light blue seats.
And this is the thing, Chile, as well.
After the game.
They've lifted a trophy at their ground. Yeah, it's their last game. It's their last game at that ground. The fans was there long time. Yeah, and I'm looking up. Where they gone? Where they gone?
Yeah,
come on, man. You need to.
They have to get on for their tea, right? Like our man's got the tea on the stove.
Winning the Premier League. We've done it how many times? 5 times in the last 6 years. How long you want to stay in the stadium?
It don't matter, Chile.
It don't matter.
And this is why the city is ours, Chile. This is why the city is ours, because United fans ain't doing that, bro.
It's been taken.
Nah, bruh. In your dreams, it's been taken.
Let me quickly move on to West Ham 3, Leeds 1. West Ham, I think Leeds went 1-0 up, and then you're thinking maybe could, Big Sam saved the day, but then they capitulated, and West Ham ended up winning that game 3-1.
Yeah,
and then Brighton beating Southampton 3-1, and playing at home and securing their European place. And hopefully they could end up playing in Europe. They're playing Man City tonight, so it depends on what sort of team Man City feel tonight or what. But
that's the
thing. The point is playing.
Oh, is he?
Is it playing? It's a strong team, yeah.
Oh, Tina Turner. Tina Turner.
Really?
What she did?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Condolences there, man.
Oh, man, yeah.
No, that's what somebody's saying. Or is he saying? Hold on. It must be. He must be.
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah. My daughter's just sent it. Tina Turner has died.
Oh,
wow.
Wow.
Iconic.
Wow.
What an iconic.
Definitely.
Let me ask the guys in the chat. Well, the Arsenal guys, are you paying 100 mil for Basmati? Translate that for them, Norman. They might not know who Basmati is.
Are we paying 100 mil for rice and peas?
Literally.
No, it's the peas. Yeah, 100 million peas.
And if it's not put with Basmati, we ain't eating it.
Okay, she was 83.
83. Wow. Oh, wow.
83. She died in Switzerland.
Yeah.
What an icon. What an icon.
Yeah. Wow. Rest in peace, Tina.
Yeah, I mean, listen.
Done your bit, man.
I don't think we're going to... I mean, these numbers been touted around 92 million and that. I mean, there was talk that West Ham want X amount of players. I think 3 or 4 of our players. And maybe...
As well as the money, no? As well as the money.
Well, they want a certain amount of players, but I don't know. That could be just paper talk. But even if we did chuck in 3 or 4 players, I'm still thinking they're going to want about 60 to 70 mil. Do you know what I mean? So we'll just wait and see on
60
that.
mil and maybe 2 fringe players, maybe.
Yeah, but I think, I mean, the figures that are being bandied about is that there's this figure of 92 million that we'll see what happens there. But listen, Man City have been crowned champions. And as I said, they're on the verge of possibly doing a treble. So
say that again. What's happened to Man City?
We move on to the next quickly. we kind of touched on what went wrong with the Gunners. I mean, they basically just threw in the towel.
Yeah, just
couldn't get over the line. So this is what they need to get sorted out. And if the Cronkies have got any ambition, they will go for a manager that can take us to the next level. But that's just my personal thoughts.
So you want Arteta out this year? You're not going to give him another season?
No, because he can't take us to the next level, Cole. Chile. I just don't think he can take us to the next level. I've been debating this on other, not like YouTube channels, but on other chats and that. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Listen, he's done what he can, but I just don't feel he can take us to the next level. I really don't.
So who do you get in then?
If Ancelotti's going to Tottenham. If Ancelotti is available, I'll take him. If Enrique is available, I'll take him.
Yeah, it's true. You don't know. That's two good shots there.
Yeah.
Nah, Nagelsmann maybe not. Nah, it's too soon to think for Nagelsmann.
Yeah, but the thing is, for Arsenal to get rid of Arteta, then he has to have a really bad start for them to say,
exactly.
Exactly. You can't.
They didn't get rid of him when he came 8th twice, did they? Yeah, 8th twice. And one of the worst seasons when we was breaking records left, right, and centre. They still didn't sack him. Same twice, and then we finished 5th. We bottled it last season. They still didn't sack him. This season we bottled it again. Any other manager, top managers like in Real Madrid.
Yeah, he's gone. Yeah, he's gone, Norm. You're right. Yeah, you're right, Norm. Yeah. And
look at what Chelsea done to Ranieri. Ranieri finished 2nd and they got rid of him.
Yeah. Exactly. Who was it that won the Champions League with Chelsea and got fired? Won the Champions League and got fired?
That
was exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Man just won the Champions League and lost his job.
Yeah, but we all know Chelsea's model. Like, they don't give him
what
time.
What more can you do, D?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'll be like, I had a good day in the office, boss, and you fired me.
Well, listen, guys, I want to just quickly touch on, because I need to be finished in the next 5 minutes. I want to just quickly touch on just quickly with your thoughts on what's going on in Spain. The Spanish league, really, they need to check themselves in terms of Vinicius. Look, that guy, I mean, he was virtually crying on the pitch. And the Valencia, not the manager, the guy that's in charge of them was coming out and saying basically they shouldn't be fined and they shouldn't have their stands closed down. And apparently a number of fans are being arrested as well based on this. So
yeah,
there's a lot of things.
He actually pointed the fans out, didn't he? No?
He
pointed them out. And this is my thing. Where does it stop now?
Exactly.
Right. If you keep making excuses for it, it's just going to become the norm that you can just racially abuse players.
Scott's a joker, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's ridiculous, and the sanctions that they are imposing, they're quick to give Ivan Toney. I'm just saying in terms of you do something wrong, he's banned for 8 months, or whatever it is, and fine whatever. What they do, they need to hit these teams in their pockets, you know what I mean? Or clubs in their pockets, you know what I mean? And to stop this thing, it's something that's not going to go away. Some people saying that the players, most of the black players should just boycott for a couple of games to see what happens, you know what I mean? I mean, over here, if that was the case, you're walking off the pitch.
Exactly.
The mentality of the Spanish, I don't know.
Yeah. Because, he was actually pointing out
they're talking about it now
fans that
were
abusing.
They're talking about it now on Sky, and they're saying that all the players are coming out and supporting him, but that's not good enough. How long have we been talking about players walking off? You know what I mean? Or something.
Yeah,
And
no,
just
so
for
not
that
good enough
guy
anymore, is
saying
it?
what he said, they should make them play behind closed doors. Next
Yeah.
5
Right.
matches, no
yeah, for real.
support at their ground.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here and that. But sanctions, there need to be stronger sanctions.
Oh,
Definitely need to be
5 games
stronger
they got.
sanctions. Who's that?
They got Valencia 5 games behind closed doors.
Closed doors. Yeah, but
Have they?
but they're still playing. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
They're still playing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah, you
so
can't not make
what-
them play. You can't stop them playing because of their fans.
yeah, but
You know what I mean?
yeah. I hear what you're saying. But,
You can't start there because where do you go from there?
yeah.
So
yeah.
this is a good start at least.
Yeah. But is it going to really change the culture?
But
But
Valencia is saying that they
you know what,
don't
guys,
agree
right?
with it.
I was saying to a friend of mine the other day that like when we started playing golf and going over to France and these places to play golf, like you could feel that, you could feel that tension in those clubhouses.
Take care of.
Yeah, you could feel that racial tension, and then when they heard us speak and they were like, "Oh, these guys are English," you could see it change just a little bit. Just a little bit, and so this is where I just think I don't know, it's like
Well,
this week
as I
right.
said, yeah. Say it again.
I've got to get this week right.
Oh right, sorry, sorry. I thought I'd just bring this in quickly.
If I get it,
that's what I'm trying to say. This is the penultimate.
Chile could draw with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I get this week right.
But he ain't gonna win it though.
Right.
He ain't gonna win it.
I go for those City.
The
I know
City
D's
is
gonna
mine.
go for City to
The
win.
City is mine.
So there's no possibility that I can catch Chile. Is there just one game?
Just one game left. Yeah.
So the question I'm posing to you, because obviously, I could end up finishing 5th because right now 19, 20, 21, 22.
Yeah, you could.
20, 21, 22. Well, he could draw with me, but it depends. If you go on how many games I got right, then Ez will probably still end up finishing 5th anyway, because I got more games and my form was a lot better than his. You know what I mean? But we'd have to go back. But we'll have to wait.
D's gonna beat me anyway. Then.
Yeah.
But I got more outcomes right than D.
Yeah, you got more outcomes.
We'll have to look at that. But
this
is the table. So, guys, I don't know. I think we could probably discuss that in the next show. What the loser should have to do as a forfeit. So we put it in the chats again, so I can go. We'll put it in the comments or whatever. What should the loser end up doing as a forfeit?
Not the loser. What should Ez end up doing? Let's not beat around the bush.
What Ez should end up doing? But so as I say, I know that D's probably already looking at the games already. He's about to ping in. He's
gonna go for City.
Which one
He'll do a City to win, and then that's it. He's won it.
Well, listen, we've got the game.
I'm putting in City before you. I'm going for the City game.
Go for it, mate. Go for it.
Whatever happens, the last game is going to see whoever finishes in 4th place. That will be definitely secured by then. Hopefully, we know that there's 2 teams that are going to be going down on Sunday. Will that be Everton? Will that be Leicester? Or will that be Leeds? We'll see. Wait and see. Obviously,
Southampton's Leicester.
Yeah, Southampton's fate is already done, so they're already down already in the Championship, and then we already know that we have got the 2nd place trophy. So big up to Arsenal, and Man City are crowned champions. And then we'll be watching now to see whether Man United. Anyway, we can just see whether Man United can fault Man City in the FA Cup, and hopefully Inter Milan can do something against them and do what Inter Milan when they had Jose Mourinho, and how against the run of play, but against all odds, Inter Milan won that Champions League with Jose Mourinho. So, listen, anything can happen, and I'm sure the Man United fans don't want to see them do the treble. I'm not too bothered to a degree because we flopped, so we've given them that chance now. We've given them a chance now because now they've done the three-peat, and now they're on the verge of doing a treble. So we'll see what happens concerning that. But listen, it's been a fantastic show. Thank you to everybody in the chat. I really appreciate your time being with us this evening. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and share.
Hang on. Before you go, did you see the England squad?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Eze's been called up, man.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, good for him. It looks like Ben White and Sterling have missed out. But they've got the good old Slabhead in there. He always makes it in there.
Jolting, innit? Absolute jolting.
Absolute.
Trent
like Slabhead over Ben White, no. Come on, man.
It is what it is, man.
That's why I don't respect Gareth. I don't.
I still don't understand the beef he has with Trent, but anyway.
We'll wait for
ridiculous, isn't it? Ridiculous, Kofi.
People, we have to go. It's been a fantastic show. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and we will see you on the next What's Going On podcast. Take care and God bless.
And mash up the like button.